Hey everybody, this is Grace. In this video I want to talk about, I'm just kind of doing a little series, plural, um, of videos, and it's been a few months I guess when I had stopped, and I made one since then, just recently, one since then, and it's just a little story that's in my, that I'm writing in my mind, and it's kind of like a really rough drafts to all of it. And I need to sit down and really, like put stuff in binders, that my notes to know where I am, and the characters' names, because like I said, it had been months before I even started making any more. And I do have a binder that I started doing that, putting the little notes that I made in it, but I can't find it. I really haven't looked that hard for it. But that's what I want to do. It's about, more. All of these are really about people who are, narcissistic. Well, have behaviors like in the cluster B's, narcissistic, the cluster B personality disorders. I'm not diagnosing anybody, even though it's fictional stories. But I was saying, antisocial personality disorder, narcissistic personality disorder, histrionic personality disorder, and borderline personality disorder. Yeah, I was sit there and said, did I say that one first? Anyway, just taking behaviors out of that and making it little stories. Like I said, rough draft, nothing, all prepared and all. I'll make notes, but then reading my notes sometimes keeps me a little bit on task. But yeah, but I like to do that. Just write little stories, and I'm not a good storyteller. Maybe I will improve at some point. I doubt it. But I have actually been a really good storyteller when I was younger. I guess my brain wasn't as scattered back then, but I was also really good when me and one of my sisters, I have three, would bounce it off of one another. The story bounce, just create parts to a story, or just, and it didn't always have to be a story. It could be memories, and people loved to hear things like that back then. Anyway, I'm trying to get much more organized with a lot of things, but it's not always easy. But I am trying, and I have a roll top desk, and it's got little cubby holes, and that's helping me to separate things out, because I had made a bunch of notes over years, I guess. I don't know how long, and I was never getting through them. I just would come up with ideas to make videos, and I'd jot down some notes on, whatever notepad I had around, and then I would never make the videos. And I was trying for a while to just take a whole bunch of them, make them really long videos, to try to catch up with, various topics, and just run through them real fast. I don't know how many videos I did. They would be like 30, 40 minutes, somewhere around there each, but I still never got caught up. And maybe I need to start doing something like that again, because it's irritating when all those ideas are just sitting there on notepads, and even though I have put them in cubby holes. But I really want to do more on this channel with stories. Seriously, I like them. I like just thinking, like I said earlier, instead of doing anything like that, going through notes. But and I seem to have a lot more time these days. But at the same time, not. Because, you have interests outside of making videos, or you have, things that you have to do day to day, which I need to go in there and eat something for breakfast. I've been up since, I'm not sleeping all that great, and I was up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and now it's almost 8 in the morning. Yeah, need to eat something. But anyway, I have more than one storyline going too. I have one The main one is about people in a small town, and it's about women, mainly women, around in their say 40s and up, and then I'm creating another group that's the younger people, and they basically are volunteers getting together care packages for whatever's going on at the time. You know, um, like it could be soldiers, it could be like pandemic, or people, hurricanes, whatever they need to do. And I make stories out of that, and have a mean girl, an older woman who's never grown, past being the mean girl, and have different characters like that. And there's another one, that's one story. Then there's another story I'm doing about the ranch. I didn't actually call it the ranch at first. I really liked that show, though. Too bad it was canceled. I mean, not canceled, but ended, I guess. But anyway, that one is more just showing, how some people can be so histrionic. And all of them in mine have people who have histrionic behaviors, because that's mainly what I've seen in my life, is people who are more histrionic, but I've never seen it as clear cut. There's narcissistic, histrionic, and in these days I've seen more who are psychopathic, sociopathic. I've always seen that, but I see them as that more and more. And that, some say it falls under antisocial, but some say it doesn't. I've always heard about, my degrees are in psychology and sociology, and I'd always heard about them from many, many years ago. The difference between one and the other was basically psychopath really went for one person, and sociopath didn't care. It was more like the difference between psychology and sociology. Yeah. And that's how I'd heard it. I have a vague memory of that from many years ago. And maybe that's just how I thought of it, because it would make sense to think of it that way. But maybe I have a genius IQ. Maybe that's how my brain thought of it way many years ago. But anyway, so there's that story about the ranch, and there's stories about on the job. But these days, a lot of people working from home. It wouldn't. I don't know. I don't know. And then there was one basically about cruise ships. Yeah, I didn't get very far on the last two. I didn't get very far on any of them. With everything that started happening, yeah, I just didn't get far. So, okay. And you're asking, why is she talking about this? Well, it's kind of like notes to myself. Yeah, sorry, I've got allergies. But it's like notes to myself. Think about this. Do this right for a change. And really focus. Get those binders out and do all that to keep your notes and get them all straight and be more organized. But I don't know. I've always been the person who organizes things. I organize and I reorganize. And I remember when I was young, a kid, living at home, I think I was a teenager, going to school, high school kid. Anyway, my dad would say, I would tell you to clean up your room, but I know it's organized. Even though it's messy, it's organized. And that's how I am. Usually, I'm kind of messy, but I'm organized. It's all organized. So, old habits are hard to break, and I don't care about breaking it, really. Yeah, my age, forget it. I'm comfortable in my messiness. But I do, sometimes like this, like I'm talking about, I do sometimes get disorganized, that in my mind it's like, okay, that's not right. Like not keeping notes on what I do with any of my channels, any of these stories. Yeah. And that's too much to try to remember, especially at this age, with all that's going on and, having a life. So, but anyway, I think I should start to wrap this up. I'm outside making videos right now in this morning, because I just like to do them outside. And Adam works from home, and he said he was going to be on the phone with work. I said, hey, I'd rather just go outside. I feel more comfortable. I don't feel comfortable listening to his phone conversations with work, and I'm not an eavesdropper, and I felt more comfortable being outside. But I've just made, this is my third video this morning to make, so I think that's enough. Allergies, I'm probably going to lose my voice. That's how it works for me. I don't know about you. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. But yeah, I'm going to get a little more organized. I'll talk to you on another video.